Okay, I'm going to show you how to create a newsletter with a background of your choice. So, to create something similar to what I have here, it's basically just building shapes upon the background. And then I also included a Bitmoji in here and a title. So, I'm going to go to the plus sign to add another slide. I don't want these parts here, so I'm going to delete them. Just selecting them and deleting. I just want a blank background. Okay, so for my background, I can leave it white or I can go in and say I would like maybe a different color. Maybe I want it to be gradient. And if I select one of the colored backgrounds, I'm going to go with this gray right there. And it kind of gets lighter as it goes towards the middle. I'm done. So my background's done. And now I want to start building shapes on there to kind of give me those text boxes. So I'm going to go to shapes and select the shape that I want. I'm going to go with the regular rectangle and just build that out. I'm going to kind of bring it over so it's about halfway across. And then once I'm happy with it where it's located, I'm going to drag this up just slightly to give me a little room at the top. And then I want to make it, I'm going to copy it, or I could just hit Control D, Control D, Control D. I need 4 duplicates of it, so Control D gets me that. Okay, this kinda Google helps me line it up very nicely. It gives me that red line once it's lined up and aligned with the one above it or below it. Okay, I'll bring that down like that. Now, those don't look perfectly aligned, so I just need to do a little readjusting here. Let's see, like that. Okay. Now, maybe you don't want the bar in the middle. You might want it at the top or you might want it at the bottom. But I wanted mine in the middle, so I'm going to drag this one down just a little bit and this one down just a little bit. And maybe I'll drag this one up slightly and this one up slightly. Okay, now they're kind of aligned. If you click around, you can kind of see that they're aligned. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fill the back color. So I select the box, grab the fill color, and maybe I'm going to go with, I like blues, and as you can tell, but the blue looks nice on the gray. The purple doesn't look so nice on the gray. So it's all about design and bringing the right colors in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go with a blue, go with this darker blue right there. And I'm going to do the same thing over there. And then, no, maybe I'll do a yellow. And then the yellow here to fill in that one. I kind of did a light yellow, but I think I like the brighter yellow actually. Change into bright yellow. Nope, I'm gonna go with subdued yellow. Okay, so once you've got those colors in there, you've got all your colors that you like, then you can build that middle banner to get your title in there. So come back to shapes and then shapes again. I did the curved one for my banner. I'll do that again. I can take it right over top of those, kind of cover them up. And then I'm going to change the color of that. And I'll make that go with a dark gray. Come back that way a little bit, kind of even it out. Okay, so now I have that middle banner. Now, if you don't like the outside edge just being the same color, you can also change the border weight, excuse me, and make it thicker. And you can change the color of the border so it's a different color. So if whoops, not fill, I meant border color. Let me undo that. And then the border color, if If I want it to be black, I could do that. Or if I want it to be white, then it stands out a little bit more. Okay, and I could do the same thing with those if I wanted to change the border color, but I'm just leaving those as the color that they are. Okay, now I've got my shapes laid out and I've got the um, boxes where I want them. I'm gonna bring this one over slightly. There we go. That looks better. Okay, I've got this all standing out the way I like it. One of the other things, to give it a little bit of a shadow effect, if you don't like just having it sitting there plain like that, we can go to Format and then Format Options, and then you can do Drop Shadow. Then it adds a little drop shadow behind that box right there. So see how it has like more of a defining edge now? And then I do drop shadow there and there and here. Okay, so now they all have the drop shadow effect. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go make my title that goes here and then add a Bitmoji. So I go to Insert, Word Art. Word art stands out. It's big and bold. You can change the size of it very easily, and it looks a lot better than using a text box in there. So if you're going to put newsletter, okay, I don't like that font, and I don't like the size either. So what I'm going to do is go here to fonts. Now you can always select more fonts and add them to your Google Fonts by selecting more fonts, and then they're always adding new fonts in here. And you'll see the ones that I've already added have the check mark next to them. And then, like I said, they're always adding new ones, so it's nice to add to your collection from time to time and, get some different fonts in there. So I said, okay. And I think I'm going to go with that lobster one that I just selected. And I'm going to go down over here and select the font that I like. And since I like that lobster one, they are in alphabetical order. Of course, it went really fast past the L's. There it is. So I'm selecting lobster, and then the font style will change. Okay, I like that. Bring it over a little bit. You can even bring it this way if you want, or you can center it, whatever you like. Okay, so I'm going to bring it that way. And then I'm going to come up. I like the white letters, and so I think I'm going to keep those white letters. And maybe the size, I can shrink it down a little bit by dragging from the corner and leave it in there. And I do like the white letters, but I want to add a drop shadow for those too. So see how the drop shadow kind of makes it stand out and make it a little more 3D looking. And I could change the border color of the letters, but I think I'll just leave it like it is for this one. So if I went in to change the border color, if I made it black, it might stand out even a little bit more. I think I like that. I'll leave it. Okay, so I've got newsletter in there, and now I'm going to go. I have the Bitmoji Chrome extension added on here. So I'm going to come up to my Bitmoji, and I'm going to search. This is the one that I chose before, but you can search through your Bitmojis to see what you like. And you could even, if you wanted to have something different, like, for example, this or this, I could do that. You right click and you copy image and then paste. And it comes in kind of big, so I could shrink it down by grabbing that corner and then bring it over here. Okay, so there's my Bitmoji. I don't like the border. I don't want to have a white border on it. I don't want a border at all on this one. So what I'll do is here, go to border color and select transparent. And so then when I click away from it, there's no border now. Okay, so now we've got the basic setup of how we want to have our newsletter. That's how I did this. This is just the template right there. So then I can go in and add text boxes each week, add in images, but I just want this basic image to always stay the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File And then I'm going to go to download, and I'm going to download it as a JPEG image. The JPEG image is just the picture of it. So now that it's downloaded down here, it's in my downloads, I'm going to go back here to my slides. And I could go to File and Plus. I'm going to add another one. I want this one to be blank. You can even just go here to Format. Go to, excuse me, not Format. We're going to go to Edit the slide if we want to change the layout of the slide. So you go to Slide and then Layout, and then you can go to, I'm looking for blank. It's down just a little bit. There we go. So I just want a blank slide. I don't want to have those other things, and I don't have to delete it that time. I just changed it. So now what I want to do is put that picture that I just created and downloaded as my background image. So now instead of me selecting a color for the background, I'm going to go here and choose an image. And I'm going to do it by going to Upload. And it says to browse or drag the file here. If I grab this file and drag it there, then it automatically adds it in. And that's locked. Everything there is locked now. Now I don't have to worry about things loading or anything else. So now that I have that newsletter template, I can come over here to a text box and then insert that inside of there, inside the box, and then I can type away with my message. And then if I want to insert an image or if I want to do a title, I also did my titles inside of each box with word art. So that would be inserting word art. And it's going to pop up kind of big, and it's on top of the other one. I don't like it. I don't want it that font. I'm going to just go ahead and change my font real quick before I even shrink it down. I'm going to do ABZ for that one. And then what I do is just shrink it down like before and see how it works like that. And you can just resize it to whatever you want for that box. Okay, and then you can also resize your text box. So then whatever you're putting in your text box, it's not going to be competing with this word art that you put in there. Okay, and then the last thing, if you want to insert an image, you go over to Image right here, or you can go to Insert right here and then Image. And you can search the web for any image you want. Let's see. And a lot of times what I'll choose for images, I'll do reading, and then I do a transparent background. Because transparent gives you kind of like a 3D effect. It doesn't have like an image where it would be like a photo. It gives you more of the 3D effect where it's trimmed around it. And I insert. Makes it kind of big. See what I mean? It does not have like, it's not like a photo looking thing. It's like clip art basically. So then I can resize it and I can drag it to wherever I want. And then that is part of the newsletter. So I hope this helps you create your own newsletter. Let me know if you have any questions.